Okay, it's a crossover episode today. It's very special. It is the 101st episode of Wanye's World and the 8th episode of the Beisel Brothers podcast.
I believe so.
And we've been working here at the Umperville Block in our studios trying to make magic happen with our production and what we're working on for a show that we talked clean through the Beisel Brothers episode time.
Yeah.
And we're now butting up against Wanye's World, which records afterwards in the same studio. So consequently, this is a mashup show like when Family Guy and Simpsons got together and both shows were ruined.
Yeah, they were. Holy.
Why didn't you go with the Flintstones and the Jetsons? Because that was actually pretty good.
Was I'm not 70 years old. I don't remember the 80s shows like yesterday.
Really? You never watched the Jetsons?
He's a year older than I am. He's fine. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm like into K-pop and like
there wasn't such thing as K-pop back in the day.
Yeah, but like currently, like my interests don't extend to 80s cartoon shows. It extends to current Cardi B.
That's just
drama.
where my memory goes.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So how's it going, boys? You did 8 episodes of your show now. This is the 8th. And you're talking to each other and you're hitting bets. You're crushing your predictions. I think you're 7 for 7.
Yeah, I think this is a rough estimate. I'd say we're 30-7 on the year. So
like for the ones mentioned on your show.
Yeah, we're
That's
like
crazy.
the Detroit Red Wings, like 1996. Like we seriously win pretty much every game we play. So
are you having fun doing the show?
I'm having a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
I'm having a lot of fun.
The episode where you had Sean on, was great.
Week. Yeah, he did a good job.
It was funny.
Yeah.
And you know what? He kind of saved the show. Like, okay, so a lot of my buddies texted in.
Yeah, I got this too. Don't worry.
And Jared always starts, so who's best number 7? And you know what? Most of my buddies agreed with me and said Vic. I mean, we're all Vic homers, massive.
Yeah,
every
massive
millennial is, man. When Vic came in the league, it was the greatest thing of all time, especially when you got to use him in the video game.
In Madden? Oh, buddy.
Right?
Cheat
So
code.
Madden 04, right?
Something like that.
But he was completely correct. Ronaldo is by a
CR7, baby. That's what I was saying at home.
Mile than the best number 7.
Yeah, well, for some reason, I just had a roadblock on Elway. It's like, what the fuck was I thinking? And then I said Keith Kachuk because I was a big Phoenix fan when I was a kid, right? Because I love Jeremy, Dallas, Drake, like, you know, all those.
Well,
guys.
Stalker has never been mentioned on the show one time, so I think it slipped everybody's mind. Even though we're still soccer guys at the end.
Yeah, I wore a CR7 hat on one of the shows.
This guy literally knows more about like Australian like soccer than any guy on earth, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he would stay up till 4 a.m. in his bed and just
I used to bet on there's this one girl. I used to bet on all the Brisbane Roar games at like 4 a.m. right?
You were in the Brisbane
and there was this one girl that had gotten a shark attack, so she only had one arm.
Yeah.
And her name was Cassin Pickett. Yeah. And she's a free kick specialist. Made a lot of money on Cass and Pickett, and she only had one arm, and she's actually kind of cute. So, can we just talk about how good my girlfriend is at handicap?
Yeah,
she loves betting.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
Yeah,
man. She's been playing on these new slips, winning all the time.
You must be so proud.
I'm so proud of her, man. Yeah, I got kicked off at 3-6, and my girlfriend is just annihilating the books. So. A nice bet came in last night at 11 o'clock at night.
What was she betting on?
Just some Montana State, New Mexico State shit she knows a lot about.
Right.
So.
Carson Pickett. What was her name?
Over.
I love Ekin Carson Pickett.
Yeah.
And you're awake in the middle of the night. Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll definitely have to have Sean back on.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I like that you guys are talking reckless. I like that you're doing eat your Baba's panties picks. Like, I think that's very funny.
You have to put big risk on the line, right? Like, obviously there's money on the line, but like there are certain plays that are, I don't want to like say something stupid, like they're like 90%, but they literally are, it feels like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a midway pick, like maybe like eat like, you know, your dog's like Halloween handkerchief pick. Like it's like a 4.6 stars
that aren't meant
for
to be
tonight.
eaten.
Yeah, for tonight on Underdog, which we'll touch on here pretty quick. So it's a Halloween dog handkerchief. You know how your dog's always a clown and he just wears a handkerchief with spots? That's gonna eat that. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it in. Yeah. I'll bring in Curly Girl's old handkerchief. So we'll see what happens here. And it's a prop bet too. It's not even a side. Yeah, it's not a side or a total. So we'll see what you guys think live.
I think that the concept of podcasting and like do whatever you want and then see if people watch is so much more fun than the usual way of like go to work for somebody, be told what to do, have everything be super fucking homogenized and sanitized and standardized and baptized and circumcised. It's terrible. We're sitting around talking about eating your grandma's underwear all in the name of sports betting. That's the way to live in 2025.
And like, yes, I was at Walmart getting groceries, and this kid, he was probably 21, 22, he was like stocking shelves, right? And I was saying to myself, because Jared, you were talking about this yesterday, how boring 9 to 5s are. Obviously, I'm not like insulting them, but
no, they're terrible.
I'm terrified of them.
But this kid stocking the shelf, I already know he's addicted to his phone, probably addicted to porn. And I was like, how is this guy putting this cottage cheese away? He's probably just like
he's like he's inches.
I know, man. He's making 17 an hour. His rent's $1,500. Because this country's completely fucked. I was just thinking to myself, how is this guy coming to work every day? Yeah. And I just felt terrible.
The way we all did, though, right? Like when we were their age, we were hanging on by a razor's edge.
Know, but
I'd work all week long and get a hat.
The only hope is that guy is spending his nights out partying somewhere, because that's how we got through all the time. You may have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sucked, but guess what? Yeah. Tuesday there was a place to go. You went to Bourbon Street. Yeah, his juice was going off. Yeah, you had Berry Teas on Wednesday, Cowboys on Thursday. Like you got through the job because there was something for you afterwards.
But life is what you make of it, man. I like watching old concerts on YouTube. I think it's really interesting,
like AC/DC live in Nottingham, England,
that type of shit. But also like folk music from the 70s and like a Paul Simon concert from Central Park in the 70s. Like it's cool. And I was watching this one of what's his name? What's Going On is a song he sings. Curtis Mayfield, maybe?
Yeah.
He's like a soul singer, right? Yeah. And he's singing this song about how inflation's super high and no one could afford anything.
Yeah.
And the rent is disastrous and his car broke down and he's fucked and no one can get jobs. And you're like, God damn, he's singing about 2025. No, man, he's singing about 50 fucking years ago. It's always like this.
Enter this domain, buddy.
But it's always like this. And the question is like, what are you going to make out of it?
Yeah.
Right. And I think
I know what you're saying. Yeah. It's all your attitude, man. Right. That's everything.
It's attitude and effort and just drive to what you want to do. I'm not trying to sound like Luke Rockhold, like achieve, believe, and believe. And then the best makes like, shut the fuck up, Luke.
Yeah.
That's such a fucking
good video. Good, man.
Anyways, I'm not trying to be like Luke Rockhold here, but I do believe what he says. I think that, if you want something, you can go get and you can develop your life around it. I mean, like Bob Proctor is one of my biggest heroes. And I know he's an old dude. I mean, he's not around anymore, but
correct wisdom is still correct.
Yeah, totally. Like, if you want to change something, if you have the drive to do it, you'll change it, man.
Yeah. And like if you're sitting in a day job and you're listening to this show, right? Or you're listening to Wanye's World, or you're listening to Beisel Brothers, like I didn't have a fucking podcast to get me through my hilarious jobs when I was 19. Mm-hmm. I had to do what we did in those days, listen to the voices in my head and laugh hysterically at them. Yeah, right?
Honestly, man.
I can remember when I had a Examiner Route, which is like a little newspaper here in Edmonton in Canada where we are. And
what was the company you worked for? The Flyer Force?
Could have been. I mean, that was over my pay grade. I was just accepting the $30 a month or whatever.
We were based on pennies, dude. Like I did the same thing. It was like you deliver this many, you got this many pennies, and that.
And I can remember going and delivering the Examiner with like every step. I'm like, I'm richer. I'm like 10.
You had to put it together first.
Yeah.
Right. Because they give you a whole stack of shit. And you got to take this, stuff it into this, take this, stuff it into that, then put it together, then put it in your bag, then get out there.
You get fucking conditioner samples. You throw those in. Those are double paydays. Yeah. It was like another 2 cents for everything you put out. Right. But like I used to do that when I was in junior high and I shoveled my neighbor's snow and I was incalculably rich. I'd go to the card store twice a month and buy boxes of shit. Be like, whatever, these are my retirement cards. Yeah. And then when I was 14, I had one season ticket to the Oilers. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Wait, you went by yourself?
I went with my grandma. She was 88, and I was like,
cool. 13. That's really cool.
That's one of the reasons I'm a super fan of the Oilers, right?
But my Baba makes me a super fan too because she cares so much.
I thought the Oilers were going to leave.
Me too.
And so I remember Commissioner Bettman saying everyone in Edmonton needs to take it upon themselves to support the team. My brain like chemically rewired, and that has a lot to do with why Oilers Nation exists.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying? I was saying about that because I forget the guy's name. He died recently. He was part of the saving the Oilers.
Bruce Seville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's a hero, man.
Yep.
Well, that's a Seville Center, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I was reading the paper because I was at George's and my mechanics, and he always gets the paper still. But yeah, like I mean, I was just saying, if the Oilers did leave, okay, say was it 99?
I think it was 97.
97. I mean, that's not the most historical, legendary franchise. They would have played 17 years, had 5 cups, you never would have saw them again.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like,
do you know why the Oilers couldn't leave town?
Why?
Because of ATB. Do you know the story?
Yep.
No.
So ATB gave Peter Pocklington a loan, and buried in the contract was the Oilers are collateral on this loan. If he ever tries to sell the team, ATB has the right to buy it.
They threw that in there without his knowledge.
Without his knowledge.
Right?
Yeah, they slid it in. They're like, we'll give you a loan. So he had a deal to sell the team for $100 million to this guy in Houston, Les Alexander. Done deal.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing it on TSN. Oilers house sign, like a for sale sign on a house.
Yeah.
Not for sale. Oilers sold. I remember
The
seeing
Houston Oilers were returning.
They were coming back.
Interesting.
And ATB's like, hold the fuck on. You didn't read the contract. You can't sell this team. We get to. So they went and raised, I think it was like $31 million. It was way less than the actual sale price. And the Journal put in $1 million, and Bruce Seville put in $1 million. Cal Nichols put in $1 million. Like a lot. Ed Bean put in $1 million. Like the fucking city founders stepped up.
Wow.
Because ATB. That's why to this day I'm still a member at ATB. And like my debit card always gets locked for no reason. And when I go overseas, my credit card never works. And I call the calls, and they're like, what? Oh shit, you're overseas. They're always like blown away. I'm out of town. I will never leave ATB.
Yeah.
Because they fucking saved the Oilers.
And isn't it true that Pocklington won Gretzky in a card game with the Atlanta
game of
Flames?
Baccarat.
Oh, yeah. It was
With
against
Nelson
Atlanta
Scalabrini.
Flames.
Yeah, he was flying in a little private jet and played a game of backgammon.
Yeah, he won him because he was still with the Indianapolis Racers, right?
Yeah,
and was
Jason
the
Scalabrini owned the team.
Yes, and was the Moose involved somehow?
No,
in that,
Moose was
no?
legit. They drafted
Moose
him.
was legit. Okay, from St. Albert.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Imagine those days, eh? Like, imagine you won Victor Wembanyama in a 2025 game of backgammon. Like, maybe that's why Luka Doncic got traded to LA.
Yeah.
Maybe they were playing
Yeah,
baccarat.
maybe they were. You never know.
Well, you guys saw the news this morning, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm up.
So maybe they were gambling.
No, see, I'm upset about that.
Why, you
Because
love Chauncey Billups?
no, because Rozier is the under king, man. I mean, this is the thing.
How you know why?
Well, as you guys go sign up on Underdog under Beisel Bros, the keyword, you get a promotion if you guys go sign up.
Well done.
Terry wrote, and the thing on Underdog is when you reverse correlate. So if you're taking an under and then an over and an under and over, it just multiplies it way more, right? Because a lot of people just take the overs. And Terry Rozier is the absolute under king, man. And we're upset to see him go, man. Rip
you know
Terry
why.
Rozier, man. You know, under 3.5 assists was the greatest prop bet of the year, right? So,
Really?
yeah, and we're gonna miss him, man. And go sign up for under Beisel Bros Underdog.
Yeah, all capitalized.
It blows me away that you guys have, like, I've never met professional sports bettors before.
Yeah.
But like the depth of knowledge that you guys have and the amount of information you're absorbing at all times. I'm like, what am I doing while these guys are knowing who the fuck this guy is? Cut to me just watching Connor McDavid highlights, buck naked, super slow.
No,
motion.
Isaac
Like,
Howard's first.
Yeah.
You definitely waved to that.
yeah. No, I screenshotted his smile on the bench and I screenshotted his smile in the post-game interview. And the other day I was sitting there looking at it in a meeting and the person beside me looked over and goes, are you looking at an Isaac Howard screenshot? I'm like, yes.
Do you not have to now go buy the jersey? I believe you said when he scores a goal, you're going to go buy a jersey. I have to go back and listen to a couple episodes, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
I should. The only reason, and this is the only caveat, like I'm going to be an Ike Howard fan forever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if he gets traded. I just want to know that 53 is his number. That's it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's my only
It's
thing.
understandable.
Because I got the Reed Schaefer, which I will keep till I'm dead. So I got no problem getting a jersey that's immediately out, but I just want to have a proper Ike Howard jersey. I can keep his entire career. And I
have a
see
98 JP still.
Do you?
And
But
hold on. I disagree.
Cool,
I disagree.
It's
I
cool
think
to have the obscure
yes.
numbers.
The blue shirt,
remember
75?
Yakupov
and
and
64
son, and a 10.
and a 10. Exactly.
But I think that shit's cool.
that shit's
man.
cool.
Maybe. I
man.
want to. If it gets sent down, I'm going to get a Condor.
Well,
jersey
we
for
have
sure.
two
Not going
McDavid
down. No.
jerseys without the C. Like because
We
that
have
was
OG McDavid's no. C,
I had
man.
the. Have we talked about the first McDavid jersey ever? Have I told you guys?
I don't know if it's on air, but yeah.
yeah, I think you should mention it.
Well,
Clark.
I got a McDavid jersey made for his draft day, and they weren't allowed to sell them. And like,
Nor were they allowed to put like captaincy.
Well, so I'm like, Bag Milk, you got to help me, man. Like, he's like, well, they're not allowed to make him, man. Like, this is some serious shit.
Yeah.
The only times in the foundation of this company in 2007 that I wanted to be the Oilers Nation guy, I'm like, you tell this motherfucker that the Oilers Nation guy, he's like, okay, I'll tell him. So he calls back. He's like, yeah, okay, they're going to make you one McDavid jersey. I'm like, perfect. Put a Captain C on it, and then hung up, right? And so they did it.
Yep.
And at the draft day party, I put his jersey on at the party, and there was like an audible gasp, like I was Connor McDavid. And to this day, that's the jersey that I wear, and it's unwashed.
Yeah, you can never wash it. I never wash Well, we have blood on our Comrie jersey. I never wash Comrie, man. No, there's blood, pizza sauce, cheese. Because this thing, we've made 2 cups. It's very technical when you're wearing these jerseys.
Totally, man. My Jordan Eberle jersey, never washed his entire career, has red sourpuss down the front of it, which looks like blood. People go, oh, you got blood in your jersey. I'm like, no, baby, that's a fucking shooter. We're drinking sourpuss
Same
in
with
2014.
Klima, man. Yo, this is the weird thing I want to add to your story, because I remember when I watched the draft, like not the actual draft, when the lottery.
Yeah.
Obviously the gold card with the Oilers.
Unreal.
This is the thing. I obviously went nuts. My buddy Olsen was over, and we went crazy. We're like, well, we're gonna go get wasted tonight at the ranch. Well, we went to Central first, but this is the crazy part of the story. This kid had a McDavid Oilers jersey, 97 McDavid. I don't know if he went to
draft lotto day.
Yes. Yes.
He must work for somebody.
So he must have gone to like Pro Hockey Life and just said, this is my last name I want, or something. I don't know. Some idiots like, awesome. Yeah, I don't know who McDavid. But he already had one. Well, me and Olsen took pictures with him.
Yeah, no shit.
And anyways, great.
He's just signing autographs, eh? Like people are lining up to take pictures.
Oh man, we were like, this kid already has the jersey.
He's living for 5 years in the future.
Oh, it was a great night, and
that was one of the weird things when McDavid got drafted. Is it like that night I was trying to like process, like, my brain was like rewired chemically instantaneously. I'll never forget. I was at Earl's, what an Edmonton moment. Nobody's watching the draft. I'm watching Bill Daly. I'm in a meeting. I'm ignoring the person I'm talking to because I've seen a guy, Parker Knox.
Oh, I'm getting like goosebumps.
Yeah, baby.
About this man.
Parker Knox, OG Nation citizen. He was tweeting a year in advance the Oilers are getting Connor McDavid. Like the first time I ever heard really about Connor McDavid, like he's a junior phenom, whatever, was Parker Knox being like, I guarantee you the Oilers are getting Connor McDavid. And there's a photo of him. Bill Daly, his wife took this insane photo. Bill Daly's on the TV on the wall. Parker Knox is standing or kneeling in front praying. Is
that the big fella?
Yeah. And they haven't turned the card over yet. Right. So when that shit hit, I screamed in Earl's so loud that the server walking by with a full tray of drinks dropped it on the ground. The person I was meeting with was in the bathroom. They came out. I'm like, I gotta go. They're like, what are you talking about? And I basically like ran out the door screaming.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did the exact same thing. It was unbelievable, man. When Bill Daly had that little smirk.
Oh, we have a winner.
I was like, I cheered like we won the cup.
Yeah,
I was like punching the air and shit. Yes. I was in shock because when they flipped, who went fourth? Who drafted fourth?
Who went fourth? Because it went 4 and then
Columbus?
It immediately went to 1, right?
I want to
Columbus, yeah.
That's why I didn't understand what was happening.
Me neither, because I thought they were flipping over the third.
Yeah.
And then when it was 1, 2, I'm like, okay, they'll show the first and then they'll do the consolation.
And he tapped, he's like, and we have a winner.
Yeah,
and he had like that little
smile.
Like,
when he flipped it over, I had 2 thoughts in my brain, like 2 thoughts riding horses.
I was like, whoa, what do you mean we have a win? I was like, I was getting all twitchy.
The first thought was, oh, we got third. I thought the same as you. They're drafting third now. Yeah. Oh, the Oilers got third. So the first thought's out of the race. Yeah. And then a second horse launches and goes, why is the background of that card gold?
Yeah, exactly.
And it just flew past the first thought. I was like, God damn.
Oh, that's probably the biggest sally of my entire life, man. Pisani fucked Cam Ward.
Yeah, over the glove, shorthanded.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, those are my...
Yeah. So then when I was trying to process it that night, I was like, man, there's going to be so many McDavid jerseys. Like, none exist right now. But it was weird because we were all in the Hall Eberle era. You'd see some Yakupovs out there. You still saw a shit ton of 80s Oilers jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, it's going to be so weird. There's a new guy now coming in, and everyone's going to take their beloved Oilers jersey, throw it out. And in 2 years, when you look around, everyone's going to be wearing a new... Like, I never thought in my lifetime we would ever see Connor and Leon quality Oilers.
No,
never,
man.
And like, let's just call a spade a spade. You probably won't. Why would you?
This will be the one.
This is possible that we get Gretzky and Messier.
Exactly.
If we get to the end and we find out this is a simulation, which is entirely
which
possible.
I think it is. So let's just call a spade a spade, and it is a video game. I think.
And you're like talking to the architect, like in the Matrix, and they're like telling you the nature of reality, and they'll go, "Did you honestly think that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl were real, and that you got another Gretzky and Messier?" And I can remember people in the '80s being like, "And Messier and Gretzky were best friends," and like we wanted Hall and Eberle to be best friends, like with this weird construct of like these heady days of the '80s, and now Connor and Leon are best friends for real. Like it's impossible. Statistically speaking, it is not possible.
Especially as a 90s kid growing up, like Doug Waite was probably the only 100-point guy we ever had. And you know, our team was always just like a blue collar kind of grinder team, good goaltending, always had good D. And our first line, we just have guys 60-point guys.
Billy G and Doug Waite would have stayed here their entire careers if they'd been able to afford the team.
But like our first line was always just like Smith and like Horkoff and Anson Carter type guys, you know, 50, 60-point guys. And it was that way all the way through till 2015, right? Like, I mean, Pronger was kind of like the first superstar in my era.
Yeah, he was my first superstar. Yeah,
I look forward to I remember
other than maybe Curtis Joseph.
Yeah, Cujo's fair. Bill Ranford, one of Vezina.
Yeah, Vezina.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Ranford's my birth year of '90 when he was won the was he won the Conn Smythe that year? Right?
Yeah, so Baston.
Right. So yeah, it was hard to imagine. I was always just grew up as, you know, we never had those Joe Sakic, Forsberg guys. We were always jealous, Madanos. We never had any of those guys.
We lost David Oliver after he scored 20 goals to the Rangers for $100,000. We're like, well, that's out of our
That's when we got Mike York. Like that for me as a kid, I would jerk it to that shit because
those days at least we were winning. We were in the plaplayoffs in those days.
Yeah.
The decade of darkness. Oh, right. Like the Anson Carter days, they were still in the playoffs.
They were great days.
They're 8-7.
Zubov always fuck us, but you know, I was fine with
we were
that
in the
shit,
playoffs.
right?
We were lining up. It was all exciting.
Exactly, man. I had a good time.
Hey,
but the decade of darkness hits.
97 and 98, we made it out of the first round, both of those.
Yeah. And like up to like 03, they were reasonably like in the conversation, winning more than losing.
Yeah. The thing about the decade of darkness though is that we actually had players that we thought were going to be like, you had Ebbs, we had Hope. Does everyone remember Hope?
I remember Hope. I wrote it.
Hope.
Well, and I needed to know, so we included Omark.
Well, I mean, the kid line was really good.
Yeah. Nielsen,
Nude, Aberle, and Hall was a great. It was actually they were a great.
Remember
line,
the Nielsen, Cogliano, Gagne year where they were 17-4 down the stretch, and those guys were just
every game went to overtime.
All the shootouts.
Yeah,
but we never surrounded them with talent.
No.
Older talent. And you know what? It's funny because you've seen the same thing out of Ottawa recently, and I think Montreal's going to be the same way. They have so much young talent. If you don't supply them with talent that's older to show them, you're just going to lose it. And Ottawa's going through it right now. Montreal has the fact that everyone's seen what the Oilers did and didn't do and aren't doing the opposite. It makes no sense to me. It's obvious you needed to give them that. You needed the Andrew Ferentzes who were forwards that could do something.
Mm-hmm.
I think like Connor McDavid and Leon, the only reason they exist is to birth the Ike Howard era of hockey. And like booster rockets falling off a spaceship as you enter low Earth orbit. I don't think either of them are needed at this point.
I want to just spread a nice conspiracy to what Rick said. That's why Crosby's coming to Montreal, man. I see it, man. You know what? I think Montreal's going to win that division.
Oh my God.
I know it's crazy. Everybody probably think I'm stupid. Florida doesn't give a shit. They're injured. Tampa, like you guys know, I think Kucherov's the worst player in the NHL. So I mean, I don't think I think they're aging in the wrong direction. I think that spunky Montreal team, they add Crosby because Toronto sucks because Marner's their best player. Now it's going to be exposed. Marner was their best player. Vegas is unstoppable. And that's why Crosby's coming to town, man.
I went to a game once in Montreal and at the Forum, and I was there with like people who were from Montreal. I was there for a conference. And so we got to go sit in the Canadians box. Like there's the owner box. It wasn't that box. They have a Legends box.
Yeah.
So if you're an alumni, you can apply to the team and they will give you tickets and you can go. And I went into this box and we opened the door and I legitimately thought I'd stepped into like a senior's home.
Yep.
Everybody was like 70, man.
Yeah.
And they were in their fucking suits and their wives were in their church clothes and they were sitting ramrod straight. And when they sang the national anthem, it looked like the Legion. Like they stood up and they were like, yep. And I was like, I can appreciate the Montreal Canadiens on an entirely different level than the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yes.
There's some, like, if Montreal won the cup, even as an Oilers fan, and I want nothing more in this life than for Connor McDavid to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
If Montreal won the cup, I would be happy.
Yeah, me and you are the exact same. I despise every Canadian team except Montreal. Like, that's the only.
I like Winnipeg on a personal level because Winnipeg's the only team in the league we can look down on as a
right.
city.
Yeah.
Winnipeg.
Okay.
We had to go through Winnipeg for all 5 of our cups.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, like I'm a Montreal guy too. I've been there. I love it there.
We went to Saint-Hubert.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So
what's that?
It's Saint-Hubert.
Is that one of them whorehouses?
I wish, but it was just Bell Center.
Oh,
Just in more of a
Centre
friend-
Bell.
Yeah, we went to a
Oh,
bachelor
yeah.
party there, and we got our buddy there. He got a Matt Sundin jersey. He was a tiny jersey. He's a little guy too, and we dressed him up and took him to the Bell Center. And dude, it was crazy. The guys that were there, like I don't know what they're not
The
bouncers.
concierge
Yeah, and
guys.
they wanted to kill him, man.
Like
it was
the
great. the ladies serving soft drinks. Like, I'm not like giving you a drink, asshole.
In a
'cause he
Matt
was-
Sundin
Yes, man.
I
He got
love that.
so much hate. It was awesome. I instantly was a Montreal fan, man. All the cab drivers, everybody I talked
It's
to,
like-
dude, the homeless guys were talking
Dude,
about the
this
draft. It was
crackhead,
amazing,
bro,
bro. This crackhead, he was asking me for money, and then all of a sudden he asked us, I don't have any. And then I was like, and then we just started talking hockey. He knew more than me. I was like, I'm a Montreal.
Montreal's
fan.
cool. It's like going to a different country.
Oh,
my
totally,
and like
man.
Quebec City, you ever been there?
No,
It's
but
even
I heard
more
even more.
unhinged.
Yeah, unhinged.
And then
yeah.
you can go to like senior league hockey in Quebec.
It's like
and,
the dirtiest
Roost-
league of all
Yeah,
time.
they
Just
yeah, they
fight,
stab each
yeah,
other and
yeah,
shit.
It's so great. I love Montreal so much,
Me
man.
too,
They're
man.
my second favorite team other than the Oilers,
And
which is
they're- yeah.
crazy. 'Cause
So-
I hate the Canadian teams.
Same conference where I went and saw the old guys watching the game. I was like there in the sports marketing conference, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of universities there. I'm there with the U of Alberta, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go to the strip club?" I'm like, "You know it." So we all go into our hotel rooms and we all come out, and I'm wearing like a jeans and a t-shirt, and they're all wearing suits. I look at them. We're 20. Like, ain't nobody wearing those suits unless it's like a funeral or a wedding. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Well, you can't get in dressed like that." And I was like, "Oh my God." So I had to go back in my room because it's a conference. I had a suit, come back out. That's when I realized we were rednecks in Alberta. Like, civilized society is like, "What are you wearing?" Then we go to the strip club, and like the guy at the strip club is like wearing like a tuxedo with like a top hat on. He's like, "Good evening, gentlemen." I was like, "Damn, where are we going?"
Yeah.
We went up this escalator and we came in, and we sat down, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy. Where do we get a roll of loonies?" And the guy looked at me like I'd suggested that we like cut our arms off with axes. He was like, "What would we a roll of
What are we doing with
loonies?"
that?
And I'm like, "Aren't we throwing it at the strip?" He was like, "What? Throwing it at the strippers?" And I remember for the rest of the time, I was just like, "I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I don't
Yeah.
understand what's
You're
going
in a
on.
different planet.
I'm from
buddy.
the
yeah.
sticks out west.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a cloth sack
Yeah.
trying to go out. And I
Yeah.
think that we should like ask the stripper to show us her false teeth. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not built for this. I'm from a
Yes.
much shittier place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not no Fort McMurray club that you're. Yeah, I know.
So then we went
I
to
hear
Rue
you.
Saint Laurent, which is like the White
Yeah.
Ave, like the tourist district. And
Yeah.
this is the highlight of the trip. We're sitting there, and I'm like, "Man, what an amazing city. You've got the fanciest strippers in the world, 90-year-olds watching fucking Habs games. What's next?" And Donald Brashear drove down St. Laurent, and it's all traffic jam. Middle of the day, we're sitting on this patio in like it must have been a Bentley convertible with 3 chicks in it,
Yeah.
looking happier than anyone you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, oh,
And
yeah.
I'm saying, I'm like, "Damn, man, is that Donald Brashear?" Like, I was so excited to be in Montreal. Like, holy fuck. 3 girls in a Bentley convertible. And for the rest of the time, he just signed Donald Brashear. He's playing like senior hockey in Quebec. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what if
Wow.
we still got that Bentley?
I mean, he played a lot of
Yeah, he
years, man.
did, yeah.
He's the puck. You guys ever play puck doku?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's the cheat code in puck doku.
Because he played for every team.
everybody.
Yeah,
And he's a hipster pick, man.
yeah.
Right. So, and he's from our era.
Was that before the McSorley?
Much before. Like, I think, well, what year would McSorley have been?
2000, I believe.
Yeah, this would have been like 99.
Ah,
Before the millennium.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those were the days. That's when we drank Gladiators, Rick. We were talking about this the other
I
day.
had a lot of those in 1999. I had a lot.
That's when I was into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
What are
like you
those?
drink a drink until you've barfed so many times drinking it that you don't drink it anymore. All the drinks I drank 18 to 23, I can't even look at because I've over imbibed on all of them and had to lie down.
It was half amaretto, half Southern Comfort, dropped in orange juice, a little bit of soda water,
and peach schnapps
if you want.
It's a lot of sugar, boy.
So
but you're 18, so sugar.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, when you're 18, you just wake up and just go to the gym,
or not go to the gym and eat McDonald's and start your day.
Whatever.
Like, but you feel amazing no matter what.
The Millennium were there, and we're listening to the Millennium Will Smith CD on repeat, and we're like, I'm concerned about Y2K. And my friend Chalmers convinced me, well, if the world's going to end, you might as well come out. What are we going to do? Sit at home? Well, the world's ending. What are you going to do? I'm like, oh, making good sense. Yeah. And all we're drinking is amaretto, peach schnapps, Southern Comfort, and orange juice. Like, we've got 10 bottles of it and 20 bottles of OJ, and everyone's pouring the like strongest ones they can ever. 2 hours into the Millennium, we're all barfing in the alley because you can't drink that much like nut liqueur.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Because that's almond, right?
Yeah. I don't think we ever touched
your Y2K was the Mayan calendar in 2012 for me. Do you guys remember?
I was concerned about that too. That movie came out.
I got fired from Earl's because of the Mayans.
I developed a maple dip donut addiction at Tim Hortons.
How could you possibly?
Well, you know what happened is my cousin had a masher at his acreage. I was like, and I was set to work the next day. Like, I'm not going in the world's end.
Well, why would you?
Yeah, so I just fucking stayed up on the biggest bender of my life, and I got fired. And I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore.
You know what the craziest thing is? I actually went in because we both worked at Earl's, and I went.
Did they know? Because you guys are identical twins. Did they know they were employing
two
both
different
of you?
cats?
Or were you splitting
two different
FTE?
cats.
Okay.
And I went in, and I was like 20 minutes late.
Oh boy! And
there wasn't that many people in there. They had this New Year's special on. I was just cutting fruit in the back with all the girls. And my boss comes in, he's like, yeah, I will not tolerate tardiness.
Oh my.
Or whatever the fuck he said. And I was like, okay. And so he fired me. And it was kind of a controversy because there was these cute chicks that were late too.
Surely not at Earl's.
Yeah.
Which location? Just Brown?
Tin Palace.
Tin Palace.
The only one.
And he didn't fire them. And yeah, there's a little controversy. But then I went home. And my mom and I at night, I think Dale Klatt was with us too.
Oh my God, there's a bunch of characters.
Yeah, a couple characters. My mom's a little blue Kia Sorento. Now I'm serious. I ordered 15 maple dips, and they're all fucking fresh.
Because you thought the world was
because I was like, well, I'm not gonna have abs when I'm gonna die.
Exactly.
I want to have a gut.
I want to have a gut and be unhealthy.
Yes,
and have heart problems right before that fucking comet.
If it was announced there was a comet coming, as an example, like
I would go do crack.
Me too.
I want to meet my maker high on crack.
Yeah,
my eyes just bugging out of my head, and I'm going for it.
Well, that's why I did that, man.
The first time you do crack is the one you're chasing forever.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
And so I've never done crack, don't plan on it. But if I see the meteor coming, I'm like, now's the time.
It's like in Deep Impact. Have you guys seen Deep Impact? Yeah, it's like, they're trying to decide who's going to the bunker, and the chick with her, daddy issues, like, we're gonna die together to solve the daddy issues, right? And I just
by that wave.
Exactly. But
would you turn into the wave, or would you turn away from
I do like at West End. I turn away and
try and dive with it, man. And then
ride the shock.
And all the kids in their tubes, they just drill because you go underneath and undercut them. I mean, they did that shit to me, so I gotta pass it.
The shockwave's coming for the meteor.
Exactly.
You've got a sail, and you just get pushed by.
Totally, man. I'm going with it, man. I'm not going into it.
I think it's sad when you watch movies with shockwaves and people like duck under a table or something. Tell me one of these people. There's one. What movie is it? Independence Day, where they show an office worker and like the world is ending, and there's the shockwave, and there's a guy still at the office with a filing cabinet.
I know, under his desk, like,
and then he looks. He's at the filing cabinet, and he looks, and the shockwave says, "Don't be that guy.
No,
see the world out like a gentleman,
asshole,
wearing a top hat, nothing else."
Yeah.
In group sex with most of the people around you, just say, "Listen, it's time to gear down. We got 6 minutes." At that point, standards are off the table.
Yeah,
totally.
no, once the world's end, you just do drugs and have sex with every person you've ever dreamed of, and they'll be down.
You'll have
because everybody just hides that shit, pretends they don't want to anyways, right? So I mean, I could tell I don't want to
go to the Donaire store, you just take the meat of Donaire, you grab the first 3 women you see, you bust open an apartment.
My mind went to the Donaire guy. I don't know why, but
you just have a sign out front.
You're absolutely sick.
I am.
I'm furious, man.
I could tell some stories on the show that I just can't.
Too.
But yeah, it would be group sex times 10, buddy.
What the hell? Times 10.
Yeah, and then I'd eat 40 pizza pops and just do crack and see if I woke up, buddy. That's the play, man.
And then the scientist comes in the room. He's like, it missed us. And then we're like, oh no, I've ruined my life. I just banged my neighbor who's 80. Yeah. They just did crack for 3 straight days.
Because she had no teeth. You want to try
I quit my job.
Man. Like,
I could see a gummer being pretty
nice
fun.
Gummer from old Nancy down the street.
I mean, then the world doesn't end and you're fucked.
Oh, whatever. I just go back to the glue factory. I lost all my jobs. Like, Chrysler plant, here I come. Right? So,
you ever watch Walking Dead?
No, I don't watch TV.
No,
ever?
I know zero. I
watched Wednesday.
Oh,
I don't know.
I would just kept that private.
You guys want to talk about Wednesday?
This thing, I have never watched Game of Thrones. Whatever the hell you're going to talk about, I know nothing. So I want to hear it.
I'm with you. I don't watch a lot of shows, but I have watched Walking Dead, and I don't watch horror because it's too scary. And since I watched Walking Dead, I now kill beetles, no problem. I'll kill a fly. Nothing grosses me out because Walking Dead is so fucking disgusting that if you watch all 7, that will make you a man, that show. It's so scary.
Really?
I'd like hide my eye. Yeah, man, it's unreal. Right?
So did you not kill beetles before?
No, I just like put them under a cup and then go get an adult.
I see what you're
I mean?
saying. See, I'm the same, except I had now have the ability to release them by myself, but I was also the same. I don't kill anything.
Like I'll get mouse traps, kill mice. I give a fuck. I'm the apex predator now.
Okay.
But it's because Walking Dead made me so tough.
That's so interesting.
So it's interesting zombie shows because what always ends up happening is they build little communities with anti-zombie technology and then it falls. And then they build a little town. And as the show goes on, they fight non-zombie humans more than zombies. So the show shifts from the zombies being the enemy to the non-zombie people killing each other like crazy.
Interesting.
But the first few seasons of the show are electric because they just do so many jump scares of like people and so you'll see a lady in a dress in a scene walking down the street and then you'll like, excuse me, miss, and she'll turn around and she's a fucking right. And so you'll find people who are like, we're gonna make our own team, like walls are really high, we made our own town. And there's always people that want to go back to the olden days. And they're like, we have a book club. And you're like, there's a fucking zombie right there. Book club's on Wednesday. You're like, this bitch is gonna get eaten. Like this shit's gonna, when that wall falls, the book club lady's fucked. You don't want to be the book club lady. You don't in the disaster situation. You got to be the people saw it coming and just said, no more rules. And you've got 8 wives and you're wearing a necklace of ears. That's how you want to be in the zombie apocalypse. Polygamy and all your enemies have been de-eared.
Yes.
I can provide safety to all the women.
Yeah.
All of them. Like, have you watched Game of Thrones?
Not one episode.
Oh, what about Rick?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Craster's Keep. He's got all these like teenage chicks he bones, and then Jon Snow and his clan comes in there and they take one, but like he's got like 30, like 90. Well, they're probably younger, and he's like a 60-year-old man. He's got a bunch of sheep too. Who knows what's in play with that?
What is going on? I heard that show. Is it? Uncontested, the best show of all time.
Okay, it's fantastic, but the problem is George R.R. Martin is the author, and he hasn't finished the book himself. So the problem is they get all these morons from Hollywood to write the last 2 seasons.
Brutal.
I'm not kidding. This was the final scene. They're sitting around like this dusty table, like in a sandstorm after they've beaten the enemy. I'm just gonna ruin it for everybody who gives a fuck. Because they ruined it for me, so they fucking deserve it. This is what happened. They're in this round table and they're like, well, who wants to be king? And it's like they're all going through. It's like all the main characters of the show that have survived, and they land on the kid in a wheelchair. And he's like, I don't remember.
How was there a wheelchair in the olden days?
He had a wheelchair. They made it. They made it out of wood.
They even made a horse saddle for him so he could sit on the horse.
Yeah.
That I could see, but a wheelchair.
He's in a wheelchair, right?
Made of like
he's in a wheelchair, Rick.
Oh,
right?
I know this is secondary to the point.
Yeah. Okay. So they're sitting on this round table, and they're like, well, who wants to be kings? We have to have somebody. And the world's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, fuck, I don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it, and no one wants to do it. And then they're like, well, I think Bran, the wheelchair kid, should do it. And it's like he's like 20, and he's like, I just like want to go to college and like do cocaine. Like that was literally his line.
Medieval
and the craziest thing is he's like, I just want to go to college. It's like And it was like a show set like 1400 BC.
Really?
Like,
he says
hey, like, how are you guys that bad at your jobs, man?
The last 2 seasons were absolutely horrendous.
The reason the show was great is because you'd fall in love with the character and he would die the most bloodiest
just
death.
like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead.
Yeah,
You'd be like, I like this new guy who joined the team.
Because it was shocking. The reason wrestling was great is because Mick Foley would win the title sometimes in dramatic fashion. And there's no difference between wrestling and this. And it's like, hey, so you took the one guy that made it didn't really make sense for him to be the king, and you're like forcing it down his throat, and he's acting it on the show being, hey, like, I even think this is dumb. And it's like, are we still filming? That's how bad it was. It's the worst season in television history.
The worst ending
ever. Wanye, they're arguing.
You gotta clip that shit. No government names.
They're arguing and they're arguing, and I'm serious. It's like, hold on a second. Hold on. Is this live?
No. We're
okay. Like, there's no like grandpa is listening to this on the radio or something.
No.
Okay.
That's twice.
Poor Rick's got to write down another time index. Yeah, no, we don't.
I know he's okay. 140.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chop out this whole half.
I'll finish the rant. The rant is finished. Is this? They were filming an 8. It would be like if there's 8 of us in the room and they're like action, but we're not set on what we're even talking about. And they put it out to the public. Was how bad, Rick? For
yeah, it
real?
was terrible.
Wow.
It was absolutely terrible.
Like the reason the show, I wrote
so
in
good. Like
you
the
guys.
first couple episodes were, the first couple seasons were like
unbelievable.
Every fucking Sunday you needed to be there.
Yeah.
9 o'clock, whatever the fuck it came on at. That was appointment viewing.
The only other show I've ever enjoyed is Lost. Remember that show?
I actually watched the first couple seasons. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I got super into Lost, like way more than you're supposed to. And that's one of the reasons why I did Oilers Nation was I used to go on the Lost message boards, you know, because girls weren't known to me at the time. And I would spend hours on the Lost message board, just like poring over details with other people.
Interesting.
And then we found out because they would like leak news and stuff on the message boards, still shots from episodes, crazy shit. There's this one episode where you're starting to realize that they're not alone on the island.
Yeah.
And there's a lady gardening, they're trying to make vegetables, and someone puts a hood over her head and snatches her up. It's like one of the most shocking moments in the show.
Yeah.
And they dropped that on the message boards 2 weeks earlier, just a photo of some figure putting. And so you're like, you're so excited, you don't know what the fuck to do, right? What's going on?
Yeah.
So that show's so great. This guy, Damon Lindelof and J.J. Abrams, who later did Batmans and shit. They wrote the first few seasons.
Okay, that's why it was so good in the first.
Fell off, just like your show, right? And to the point where at the end of Lost, I was like so excited about everything, and then I wasn't able to watch it live. And in those days, you couldn't tape it, right? So I had to tape back home, but I wasn't in Edmonton. And I remember hearing from people how terrible the ending was, but I couldn't see it. And I'm like, I don't want to hear anything. It was before the internet. Like, shut up. And just going home and watching it and being like, damn, I feel like I wasted 6 years of my life being
wasn't
this into this show.
Wasn't it just a dream?
It's hard, right? Like they left it open-ended. So the more like what's crazy about Lost was Easter eggs. I'd never heard of Easter eggs before. I didn't know that there was stuff hidden in shows that if you looked into it further, you could like enjoy the show on a much deeper level.
Just like video games.
I was watching fucking Urkel. Like I had no idea, right?
Yeah.
So when you realize that like they're showing a video in one scene, and the video content, if you actually go online, you can find that at a website, and there's a longer version of the video you can watch, and like all this, it was so smart and so well done that by the time you got to the last season where it just kind of became a normal show, it was such a letdown. And I feel like that's probably what the Game of Thrones people went through too, was they were like, I can't believe I just put all my life into this shit.
It was beyond. I mean, even when Arya kills the Night King, even though she also is like trying to become like a psychic, but she was like also like a whore. It's like,
this sounds stupid.
It just didn't make sense.
And then her fairy wings grew out of her back, and then everybody.
It was just really like it just and then they shot a sex scene with her. It's like what are we even doing, man?
Remember the second Matrix when they had the rave? And everyone's like, and like Jada Pinkett Smith is like sex dancing. I was like, to the Matrix.
Roy Jones and her grinding. Because they gave Roy Jones way too many lines in Matrix too. He's like, "Where's the Ibakaneza going?" It's like, shut the fuck up, asshole. Like, pause. Although I do love Roy Jones. Though.
Yes,
He's like, "Where's the Ibakaneza?" And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's like when Gretz went on Young and Restless.
Great.
I mean, he was phenomenal, wasn't he? Gretz.
Yeah, Gretz on Young and Restless.
He's the worst actor in league history.
Chapter.
Is it
This
Chapter
is Wayne from the. I don't remember.
He's like,
in my head was Chapter.
They shout out Edmonton though.
They do.
They do.
Have you ever seen Wayne Gretzky judging the dance competition footage?
No.
And he's got like feathered. He looks like Princess Diana. He's wearing a blazer, and he's dancing like this. Though.
What? Okay, hold on Young and Restless.
No. Around that time,
Oh, okay.
like when he went and did press in the States and got on shows and shit. They got him on. I think it was like Saturday Dance Fever or some shit.
Oh,
and they're like Wayne Gretzky, pro hockey, and he's like, yeah. And he's like sexy dancing. And he like turns around and wiggles his buns. Like that's his greatest highlight in the NHL.
Oh yeah.
What about when he beats Pele and fucking Sugar Ray Leonard?
How are they allowing this? So you know that event? Mark Messier's brother put that on.
Was that not the Butter Dome? Like,
No, it's at Commonwealth.
Okay.
And it was like Pele,
Whoa,
Gretzky, Secretariat, and OJ Simpson.
Yeah, I know. Like it's like,
But that's why the 80s and 90s are so much cooler than now. And there was no rules. You made a movie about anything. A
like
video
Mark Messier's
game
brother
about
has an idea, and Wayne Gretzky's like, pitch me.
Let's do it. Let's just do it.
Well, that's why there were so many cool video games, man. Because like some guy had a dream, or he was fucking doing DMT in his mom's basement. He's like, let's make this game.
Yeah, and sometimes it hit.
And
that's
sometimes
why
it
the
hit.
beauty of the 90s, man.
But
Glensky dusted their asses.
Dude, Glensky ran like
Glensky?
Yeah, okay. Do you know the Glensky story? You know what's awesome?
Okay, this is good.
You know what's awesome about the Glensky? You guys ever seen that black guy get his skates tied and he's like, "I'm Wayne Glensky." You ever seen that?
Okay, Rick, you must know what we're talking
search
about.
this after we're done.
Okay,
here.
Is it okay to laugh at him? He's not like.
No. He's like an influencer. He's like famous.
Okay.
Anyways, great story. It's that cool bet. Guano is the guy that tied his skates, man, in Toronto.
Yeah.
In the viral video?
He couldn't tie his skates. So Guano's working at, I don't know, I guess, what's their arena called? I don't even know what it's called.
Madison Square Garden.
Okay, so you have the ACC, because that's what I remember it being called.
What is it? They're all called Scotia Bank Arenas.
So he's at Maple Leaf Gardens. I don't know what the hell it's called now. And this is like 5 years ago, whatever, and he couldn't tie his skates. So he's like, he tied his skates, and this guy was some kind of an influencer, and he made a video. He's like, "I'm Wayne Glensky."
It's a really famous video.
So that's why I call Wayne Gretzky Glensky now. So anyways, when Cool Beta Guano tied his skates, man, he'll tell you the story.
Sick.
Yes, so you guys can look that video. It's like this Nigerian guy. He's like, "I'm Wayne Glensky."
The YouTube algorithm the other day gave me a new musician called Dwayne Gretzky. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No.
Millions of views. Like a folk singer. I'm like, Dwayne Gretzky. I'm watching it. Like, what the fuck is this? Some guys put out his stage name is Dwayne Gretzky, and he's blowing up. So keep an eye on that. First time I heard Lil Wayne, I was like, Wayne, like Lil Wayne Gretzky. I was so excited. I thought it was about hockey. It's not about hockey.
You know what's funny is we have a good family friend, and his name is Wayne Grotzky.
He must get ID'd everywhere.
Well, my dad and him would play Riverside, right? And back in the day, you'd write the foursome's name down, and they just put his name as Mike Smith or whatever the hell, because he needed an alias. Because people would announce the names, Wayne
Grotzky foursome.
So one time they had his name down at Riverside, and they announced the Grotzky foursome. And the whole fucking course
Wayne
ran
Grotzky
to the first
foursome.
and the whole course ran to the first tee. And my dad's like,
thinks Gretzky's gonna be there.
And then my dad said, as soon as that happened, we had to use an alias.
So what they would say is they would say like this. They would use like the Smythe division. So they'd say like Norris or Smythe, and they would use like a hockey term, because remember the old division names, right?
Yep.
And so they'd say like, Mike Smythe or Brad Norris, and that was like their keyword for their own, because they just made it a joke right at the point. Because Wayne Grotzky is older than Wayne Gretzky by a couple of years.
But the beauty is there was this meme going on the internet because you know when you're a kid, you're like, Mom, I want McDonald's. And she like, we have food. I was like, fucking disgusting, right? So no offense to my mom, but there was this meme, and it was Wayne Gretzky played for the Alberta Sun, I believe they're called.
You're Wayne Gretzky?
No, it's St. Albert. Something Tabers. He played maybe for the Saints. No, he played. If you go to an internet hockey database, Wayne Gretzky, I think played for St. Albert's or Spruce Grove Saints, something along those lines. He actually was a good hockey player. Anyways, so the meme was just like Wayne Gretzky was like the food at home, and then Wayne Gretzky, and they had his DB because he was a good athlete, really good athlete. Fireman Wayne Gretzky, one of the most interesting guys. He's seriously
fireman Wayne Gretzky.
He's a fireman. Yeah, seriously. If your party is boring, invite this guy. He will make it fun and entertaining.
Spruce Grove Mets, AJHL, 4 games played.
Yeah.
I'm sad to report no points.
Yeah.
Edmonton Crusaders, 1976-77. So Spruce Grove Mets, 74-75.
Yeah.
No hockey, 75-76. Edmonton Crusaders, 76-77, 77-78. Wayne Gretzky. Oh my God, I'm gonna make something out of this.
Yeah, please do, man. And he's pretty much my mom's best friend. He's one of the cool. I'm serious. He is one of the coolest guys. His IQ is like 200. I'm not kidding. He should come on the show.
You should.
We're gonna have him on the show.
Kind of shit, man.
Yes, we're having Wayne Gretzky on the show.
This is fucking it. We didn't get, but we could just be like, hey, do you hear Wayne Gretzky's coming on the show next week?
No, we have to.
And that's your clip that goes viral.
Yes. Okay, so we'll get Gretz on, and
that's so funny.
I mean, this guy, I can't wait for you guys to meet him, man. He's got to come on.
What a life being named Wayne Gretzky.
But living in Edmonton, he's older. There's no correlation.
He must have gotten chicks from this. Like
he's a stud guy. Like in his heyday, he was. Yeah.
So you think that he felt more confidence being named Wayne Gretzky?
The beauty is we can ask him.
We can ask him.
He'll be on the show.
We can ask him.
Tune in next Thursday.
Like my friend Cristiano Bonaldo.
Yeah.
That's not a real guy.
But if it was.
But
if it was. Yeah.
It's so weird how good looking Ronaldo is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you only eat green jizz smoothie and sleep 16 hours and just work out, you'll probably be hot too, man. Yeah. Honestly, man. Right?
Yes, but it's still crazy to me. Like you think about like they've seen the photos of like Wayne Rooney next to the photos of Ronaldo.
Okay, but like this is okay. I have a hot take, man. Like when you look at the Nuge, me and the Nuge are cut from the same cloth. Like it's going to take a long time for me and him to be wrinkly and look old. There are guys in life like Wayne Rooney is a perfect example. I have friends, not going to name names, but let's take Wayne Rooney. When he was 17, he looked like he was 30.
Yeah.
There are guys I know right now in my life that are completely gray, completely bald. They've had hairy chests since grade 7. I didn't hit puberty till I was like 24. So like, no, seriously. So like, yes, age, but it's like also it's like, look, like the Nuge and Wayne Rooney are not the same age biologically. Number wise, yes. I know it's kind of like a weird hot take, but it's like Wayne Rooney was out of his mom's vagina. Looked like he looked
just
like
imagining that.
Yeah. But like there are guys that shave in grade 6 though, right?
Yeah.
You know these.
There was
guys.
a kid in my class who looked like he was 40 when he was in grade 6.
Yes. Exactly. And now you look at him and he looks like your dad. There was a guy in our high school. His name is James Fassick. Shout out to James Fassick. He used to boot for the grade 12s and he was in grade 10.
Yeah.
And I got introduced to him. I met him one time in my life as a party in grade 10. I'm serious. I was like, well, like he looks about the same age as my dad. My dad was about 47 and this guy was sick. He was 15. Yeah. So this is the thing. But this is the thing. He hasn't aged. I saw his Facebook like 2 years ago that he has not aged 1 millisecond because and that's just the way it is, man. Wayne Rooney looks like a mall Santa and Ronaldo looks like an underwear model. That's the difference.
We had a girl in junior high that a parent thought she was the student teacher.
Yeah.
And like, this is the funniest thing.
F's
it was the first time a kid had been mistaken for an adult. Like we thought this was the funniest thing we'd ever heard of in our lives. Yeah. Tom Brady's like that too. Like when you see how fucked up guys are in the NFL and their injuries and shit,
yeah.
and you see TB12 just walking around sexy as fuck, hasn't aged a day in his life.
Yeah,
It's feeling different.
He has some work.
I was going to
done,
say
though.
there's a lot of money behind TB.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo too.
There's
Are you
money,
fucking kidding me?
but like look at him at 16. He's got like teeth that go sideways.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean,
James Neal
look.
teeth.
He's used his money though his
Well,
whole life to get better
of
looking.
course.
Right?
Well, I
So
mean,
it's not very-
one of those Kardashian girls was hideous. Now
Yeah,
she's hot.
Kylie. Yeah.
They
One,
all-
one-
have you seen that photo of them pre-plastic surgery and
Oh my god!
and like
it's crazy,
everyone
man.
looks so different.
Yeah,
I
mean,
actually know the difference. Kendall is
was
naturally
hot no matter
beautiful.
what. Yeah,
Kylie though, like she
was like a West Edmonton Mall 4.
Did
Like,
you know-
I mean, like,
Did you know that photo of Kris Jenner that's been making the rounds where she's so young? Have you seen that photo?
Oh my god!
Did you know that that's not real?
Okay, it couldn't have been.
It's
She
filtered.
like
Okay.
literally
Yes.
is like hot,
Yes,
and she's
man.
like 80. It's like you're talking about like Nancy's
it's like,
no
is it
teeth
Kim? Is
gummer.
it-
Like
yeah,
It's a filter. It's
Yeah.
not surgery.
yeah, that can't be real, man.
Yeah.
She looks unbelievable, man. Yeah, crazy. But the thing is
Comet's
like
coming, and Kris Jenner's the only person around. Are you going to see through the
yes.
100%.
gross?
Yes. Okay, this I have to say though.
Margaret
about
Thatcher? Would you bed
No,
Margaret Thatcher in her final years?
No. Are
So
you?
you'd go out on your own?
Yeah,
So
I'd
you're
go on my-
bending or what?
Well, I think anything at that
I think
point.
anything would kind of suffice.
If you're
Wanye,
drowning,
yeah.
fucking floating. I mean, let's just
Anything will suffice. Wanye.
ladies only of age.
You know what? I think if Rooney and Ronaldo switch lifestyles, Rooney would still look like shit, man. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the
I agree.
sad
That's
part.
his choice of lifestyle, right? Like,
You know,
dude's just eating whatever he wants, and fucking Ronaldo's like, hey, I'm eating for a reason.
But there's like a great example is Ovi. Ovi
Yeah,
looks
there's nothing-
horrific.
there's
Ovi
nothing he
looks
can
like
do.
a Russian.
Yeah, he
cab
drinks
driver.
and he drinks Dr. Pepper and whatever
Oh, sure.
he does, right?
But he's
Like
burning 10,000 calories a day.
yeah, but but like that's the thing. Take the kid, okay, Sid, who's not unfortunately a kid anymore, but you take the kid and Ovi, same thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a genetic
Crosby
thing.
looks great.
Yeah.
he does.
He's,
I have
he's like Tom
another-
Brady aging.
I have another hot take about this. So during TikTok, can I give you guys the quick hot
Hit
take?
it. I think we're fine for that.
So during COVID, I applied to be a stool specialist, like / analyst. So what?
Stool meaning caca?
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Meaning
what?
shit.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happened was I went on TikTok and applied for this job. And it was you send your poo into this lab in San Jose, right, for 360.
a lab is just a guy in a shed.
It's-
More.
It's actually where they are trying to make fusion right now in San Jose.
With
So
human poop?
no, not
Sir,
with,
you've been recruited into a scam.
So
I'm
what
just gonna be the
happened
one
was,
to tell
okay,
you.
so I didn't get the job because I was too old, and they were looking for more athletic types. So I was really fit at this time. So I thought I had a chance. I didn't. And so they're like, hey, like you didn't get the job, but we'll send you our results when we get them. And I was like, fuck you guys, obviously, because I really wanted the job. And anyways, they emailed me like a year ago, and they give you a 50-page report about health. And what they found is that health based off of your poo is 70% luck. That's why you have an auntie that smokes cigarettes her whole life and lives to 95. And then you have your cousin who dies at 40 of a rare type of cancer and he worked out every day and there's nothing wrong with him. So what they found is that you only have the ability to give yourself 30%. So if Ronaldo's genes are at that 70% mark and Wayne really looks like a mall Santa at 5%, he can never catch Ronaldo. Doesn't matter what they do. So health is a lot of luck, and the poo proved it. And I actually believe wholeheartedly, and I tell people my theory. It's not even a theory; it was their research, but it makes so much sense when you think about longevity in life.
I went to a similar service. It's behind the Bottle Depot. And you bring your poop in a Safeway bag, and there's a guy back there, and you give it to him, and you say, "How am I looking?" And he whips it around his head a few times, and he lets go. And depending on the direction it heads, if it heads towards the north, you'll be fine. If it heads towards the south, you better go see a
so
real
he's
doctor.
like a shaman, then.
He's
Right?
more of a shaman, I would say.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
he calls himself the Doc, so I assume he's a doctor.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
I'm
nice.
sure he is.
Well, now, come on now, Rick. What was that? How are we doing for
Hitting
time? Over there?
buttons. We're at about 60 minutes, but we have yet to talk any football.
Okay, let's give our underdog
We still have
parlay of the
some, I
day.
think we need some picks out here
We
today.
need some
Yeah.
work done before we close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break the game down quick. Still 3.5 points, right, for Minnesota.
It is 3.5.
They're getting 3.5.
One thing I gotta say about the game tonight, the about 80% of the money's on the Chargers tonight. So.
Yeah, this is a very, very obvious selection for Minnesota.
I think Minnesota plus 3.5.
And I get it now because if Joe Alt goes out, the Minnesota's be 2.5. It's a massive fucking difference. Just take 3.5 now. It's smart. I would rate that pick by 4.3 stars.
So pretty high.
Pretty high, man. That's a very rock solid play.
So let's go back to that whole the 80% is on who?
So 80% of the money's on the Chargers side, and a big thing that happened last week is the public absolutely decimated Vegas, and the revenge will come.
The revenge will come tonight. Yeah,
were they going to order the game to end a certain way?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Penalties will probably be. This is the thing. The Jags pick was my favorite pick this year against the Chiefs. The biggest. It actually was the highest bet spread this year was the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I believe it was a Thursday nighter. That game, or was it a Sunday nighter?
Could have been Sunday night. Can't remember.
It might have been Monday. Doesn't matter. Those primetime games are always the most heavily bet, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're rigging it for the Chiefs," because the calls at the beginning of the game were all Chiefs oriented, and I knew when they fucked up that pass interference with 10 minutes left, the Jags got 7 penalties called in their favor. So the Chiefs committed 7 penalties that last 10 minutes. And as Lawrence fell down, Chris Jones just forgot he was playing football. They won the game and everybody lost all their money. So tonight I expect the Vikings plus 3.5 to get some of Vegas's money back. These guys aren't stupid. They'll make sure that there will be a revenge spot this week where I would definitely fade the public this week.
Yeah, me too. And not only that, I think you're getting a good option with Minnesota. I don't love them. The Chargers are faltering, man. They have massive problems in the O-line.
Yeah.
Like just take the points. It's very fucking smart. Don't even think about it. If Alt goes out, then you have a massive advantage already, getting 3.5.
Yeah.
So I would take that. As far as props goes for underdog, I'm going to go Jefferson over 5.5 receptions. The Chargers play like versus the coverage. The Chargers are supposed to play Jefferson, like has just absolutely dominated that coverage. Wentz, he had a boner for Addison last week, but I don't expect the boner to remain. I think he's going to force the ball to Jefferson a little bit more. And I think that the Eagles completely double covered him the entire game. And he still had, 70 yards receiving. Yeah. He's still involved. 5.5's way too low. They're an underdog, which I don't think they are, but let's just call it a 50-50 game. I think that's going to be easy for him to be involved. If he is 3 at halftime, you feel good. If he is 4, if he is 2, it doesn't matter. You're going to feel good about having him. That's I would say it's a 4.5 star play Jefferson tonight over 5.5 receptions. So get it before the line changes. You take 6.5 too. You can run a ladder.
So Jefferson 5.5, Vikings plus 3.5.
Yeah.
I think Rondé Gadsden gets 40 yards tonight.
Yeah.
He's kind of emerged for them.
Oh, yeah.
And Minnesota struggled a bit against the tight end this year. And last week he went off, and he's one of those kind of new school times, like the super athletes.
Yeah.
And he went he out of Miami. He went in college. So I think he had his coming out party. I think going forward, he'll be heavily involved. So I think he can get 40 yards tonight.
Do you think he can get 44? Because his number is 43.5 right now.
Yeah, he can get 44. Yeah, that's the thing. These props change. That's the thing, man. The props are so heavily bet nowadays. So they change on. So if you like a guy, get it in early, man. That's the key.
And make sure it's not rigged and talked about. Like there's a lot of research that still has to go in. Every time, like look at Judkins last week. Yeah. That's like insane.
His rushing yards.
Like it's crazy. The guy scores like 4 touchdowns and he can't even get 84 yards. And it's like it ends at 84. He's the most bet properly. Just like really take my advice to anybody with sports betting, take your brain out of it. Sorry, take it all out of it and look at it like you're watching wrestling, like we always say, man. Yeah. Like what is good for the company? Shawn Michaels winning the title or Bret Hart going to WCW and betraying them? Who do you fucking think should win the match?
Exactly.
Right? So use your brain. Don't just say because Judkins is a great matchup in the snow against the worst D in the NFL, he's just going to go off. Yeah, he may score 7 touchdowns. He didn't get the yards, and that's what everybody bet on.
There's a lot of yards to get at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
And it's funny we talk about the props going up and down in a very short amount of time. When we were talking before the show started, so about an hour ago, I was saying how I was looking at Jordan Mason. I had a 54.5 yesterday, and then it was 60.5 to begin the show. Now it's 58.5 again.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Aaron Jones is playing tonight, so that's going to take touches away. So,
could be. Yeah. Well, you have to wait, right? I mean, if Joe Alt goes out, fuck, Minnesota's even better.
If Joe Alt goes out, plus 3.5 is one of the juiciest.
Oh, it's a great play. It's just a great play in general.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Well, I think we've done it.
I think so.
If you're listening for Wanye's World, if you're looking for Meghan Markle news, we'll get back to it next week. If you're listening as a Beisel Brothers listener, you might want to tune in next week to Wanye's World to get your Meghan Markle update.
Yeah.
And she's a huge bitch. See you next week. Okay, before we stand up, can we try doing some EPH